I mean, I know they're sympathetic to the style of the place in the world that we're not really in. You know, I know they're sympathetic to the culture of the place of the world that we're not really in. You can do whatever you want with the shoes. You made up the hairstyle. They don't. I don't know if they're famous for having lilac hair, are they? In that part of the world. You made that bit up. I don't know where she pulled that from. You made that bit up. I'm moaning a bit now. I'm only doing it for comic effect. And also because it gets on my tits. But what are you doing with those shoes? Because I'll tell you what you can't do. And it was the same with Saya, what's her name? Saya, the one from Inazuma with the fox thing on her head, with a puppet mask on her head. She hadn't got proper shoes on, and like you can't. When you're gonna chase someone, you have a fight with them. They just poke you in your foot with their weapon, and then that's it. Your fun's over. Ah, my foot! Ah! Oh no, he's going upstairs. I won't be able to chase him up the stairs very easily. Hang on, just 1 second. Ah, I've stubbed my toe. So they're not any use to anyone, are they? You can't go around being a detective and not wear a pair of boots. Or at least smart shoes. Or, I'm not saying trainers, I'm not saying running trainers, I'm not saying, but, you know, closed toes. Imagine you're in a workplace, like, because the hottest chef in Leeway, she knows what we're talking about. Where is she? I'll be more positive now, look. Where is she? There she is, look. She knows what you're talking about. Hottest chef in Leeway. I imagine there's some kind of, you know, reinforcement to the toes here. But they've got a cool shape, these boots. They've got a cool shape. That splaying at the top is pretty cool. The red tassels around it, they're pretty nice. Like, the boots look cool. You can get a bit of open on the front there if you want, which I wouldn't have in a kitchen. I'll tell you for why, because if you splash hot oil on your feet, then you're going to burn your feet, aren't you? Wouldn't have that. And also in kitchens, you want to easily be able to take your shoes off. Because if you drop boiling hot oil on your shoes and it's all in your socks, you want your shoes off really quick. So you don't want your shoes to melt onto your feet or anything. And that's why they wear those big cloggy things sometimes. Those like big rubber, not rubber, but safety rubber clogs. So something like that, effective. Good for fighting in as well, I would imagine. Giving someone a good kick in the balls, yeah? They're good. What's there? What's that? What are they? Just going to quickly go through them all by footwear. Just going to quickly go through them by footwear. Footwear average, 6 out of 10. I'm just going to move the chat because it's so important to me. It's so important to me. Just going to quickly go. Footwear average, not a big fan of the pointy, but, you know, Leeway cheesing, important cheese, posh shoes, 7 out of 10. Dress shoes, almost like, you know, shoes like I've seen in the real world. With no band around the top, or strap, or anything like that, strapless, so maybe they'll fall off when you're running. You know, I don't know. But, yeah, you know, 7 out of 10, nice shoes. Boots, bit like Zelda with the diamond on top. Bit Link-esque. Not really feeling the combination of the different like materials there, but boots, yeah, 7 out of 10. What are those? These are like, I don't know how booty they go, I don't know how high up they go in the ankle, but they're a bit like cowboy boots, if anything. They're a bit snazzy, smart dress shoe cowboy boots with this metal heel. I'm not a big one for wearing a heel. I'm a boy and I don't wear a heel, but he does, and he's a boy. Fair enough. He's got these, they're like galoshes, but they go all the way up to his ankle, and he's got a garter belt. So it's a bit of a strange combo, but for fighting and doing whatever that we're doing, steel, heel, sharp toe, ass kickers, I think they're alright. I think they look quite smart, actually, from the right angle. So, yeah, you know, 8 out of 10, whatever. You've got little pom-poms on your little shoes and your little shoesies. We accept it. They're not awful, but they are a bit pointy at the end, but the pom-poms make them, don't they? And she gets away with it because she's a bit unique, a bit special. Grave Kipper, good footwear. Just got to say that, haven't you? Good footwear. Looks like a metallic toe. Nice tall boot. Very pleased with that. Good footwear. Clee, again, very nice footwear. Could have a bit more shape to the shoe. The top upper of the shoe could have a bit more shape around there, but I like the shape of the toes. I like the fact that it's sympathetic with a dress. It's not overdone. It's brown, but it's got a nice bit of patterning on it. Nice footwear. Well done, Clee. Well done.
These bombs so
You talk about the same thing I was 5 minutes. I do that. It's alright. I can talk for a long time. It's my job, really, isn't it? Yaimiko. Sorry, I missed this bit about Yaimiko. Same material from the Serpent, and then it's smart shoes. You see his attacks, he kicks his shit out. One hit to the head with those wood sandals. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the wood sandals though. You see, maybe if you get hit in the head, it's going to hurt. He'll get. He's going to be on the list in a second. But maybe if you get hit in the head, it's going to hurt. But if you just take any good footwear. If someone hits that with a pole arm, she can carry on. If you've got your toes out, you've lost a toe. Footwear, important. Bear in mind as well, I don't like these. I mean, these are come back, you chuffer. These are actually really nice shape to the boots, but it's spoiled by cutting the toes out of it. Who would take a pair of shoes and cut the toes and heels out of them? That's madness. That's a madness to do that. You've just got the upper and the collar of the shoe there, and then the heel and the... Why have you cut the toes out? It's alright if you're going running around the beach or something, but, we're on the job here. We go running around Mondstadt. He's treading in slime. I don't know what it is. Slime droppings. Just say that. She's treading in hilly churl droppings. And she's got her toes out. It's all gone in her shoes. Useless to us now. She's going to have to take her shoe off and have a little wash it inside a lake. She's going to have to go and wash her feet inside a lake. We'll have to wait for her. You need to have proper shoes on for doing adventuring, don't you? It's just basic. Look at that. Very nice. All the way up to the top of the thigh. I'm assuming this is some sort of strong material. It's got this stitching up the back. It's got what looks like metallic soles there. I don't know if they're metals or rubber materials. I don't know what kind of materials they've got in Mondstadt, frankly. But I don't know why one goes all the way up to her backside and the other one doesn't. But it looks like a really tall fitted boot, and that you're covered. You can kick. You go in places. I think that's a good sort of design. Well done. We've already discussed these boots are good. This is a bit of a combo between what looks like a kind of dress shoe and an armoured plating. So, happy with that in a way. At least we've gone for armoured plating, for Christ's sake. I mean, she's the best dressed out of all of them for adventuring, isn't she? Out of everyone who's going to get hit with a sword, she's going to come off the best. Which is a good idea if you're out there getting hit by swords. Whereas you have put a little pair of shorts on, so... But, the boots are really cool. And I'll tell you what's exceptionally cool about them. I have to imagine that sole is fairly rigid. And that she's not on her tippy toes, but the boots are sort of forcing her. It's almost like a heel without a heel. And whilst if you were walking on them, you'd have to get used to that. Otherwise, you'd be falling over all the time. Once you are used to it, or if your natural poise is that of a cat, it's pretty cool, isn't it? It is pretty cool. And it's the most bootified boot we've seen of the lot, with a little metallic 3 pins there on the front, bit of protection, the little cat thing, bit of protection, metal on the front. Quite happy with that as footwear goes. Sorry, there you go. Quite happy with that. Amber is going to do us proud, isn't she? Look, they're not the sauciest of thigh-high boots that we've seen. The cut of the shoe is not the most seductive or dressy, but it's a very smart, very job, steel toe cap, adventurer outrider boots, aren't they? Very get the job done. Probably wouldn't have gone for white because they're going to get dirty quick, but Collie, why have you cut the toes out of your boots? Why have you done that? We'll give you a perfectly good... I don't want to give her a dressing down because I like her. She's growing on me. But we give you a perfectly good set of serviceable Forest Ranger standard issue footwear, and you go and cut the toes off. So that's questionable. I mean, surely you're gonna tread in a thorn. Babs, Ace.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Very nice little booty shoe things, aren't they? Combination of what you might call a more court, maybe like a baby Jane shoe, a bit like Lisa, but with this boot and the fold over, which gives it a very Mondstadtian feel. Feels very Mondstadtian to me, and they're kind of quite individual. They really seem to suit her. Maybe a bit like tap shoes or dancing shoes in a way. You know, they really seem to suit her, and you know, you can go around running around and getting puddles, and you're not going to be having dirty feet, so that's all right. Whereas you're wearing a bit more, again, like court, are they called court shoes or something like? They're a bit more, you know, formal, a bit more dress shoe, which is fine because you're in charge of the Liwei Qixing. But when you're out running around in the mud, not ideal. Finally, Bennett.
Betty's adventure team, assemble!
Bennett comes good, you know, finally, not just by being part of the meta recently, but also because his footwear is probably the best I've seen for adventuring. Come on. If you've got to wear a pair of these shoes and you're going to go out on the adventures of the Traveller, which pair are you wearing? Great big steel toes, warm socks.
Where did that come from?
Very happy with Bennett's footwear. In fact, the more I look at him, the more I think he belongs in Xenoblade Chronicles X. But official, it's official, we have official.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der
It's official, we have official. And little bows, I mean, it suits her dress. It suits her clothing style to have these, what are they, T-bars or just straps on these sort of nice, they're nice shoes. They're nice, I'd be happy seeing those, what am I trying to say? Like, you know, on a date, I'm probably not going to wear them, probably not going to get much wear out of them, but on somebody else's feet, I'd be happy to see. They don't look quite nice shoes, yeah, nice shoes you've got there.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der
Alright, official. But are they ideal for running around the world and adventuring in? And no, don't show me those! Fair enough, Kaya. Yes. Your boots are reasonable. But I don't know what those things are around your ankles, but your boots are reasonable. Just leave you alone. He's nearly got it. He's nearly got it. He's fucked it up right at the end by wearing a pair of socks and cutting the toes out again and the heels. But the big leather, if only you'd continued with the big leather all the way to the toes and you'd had a big leather pair of boots, you'd be alright. And again, I'm vegan, so I don't approve of leather, but leather look, we'll just say leather look. But it's fine. That's a fine look if you're, you know, slouching about the house or you're at a beach party or something, but it's not so good if you're involved in adventuring. And finally, thank God for Sucrose, who is wearing an awesome pair of Favonian boots. I mean, they look the shit. They're a bit square in the line there, but they look cool. They've got angles and details, and you could run around all day in them. Run around. Well done, Sucrose, for wearing the most appropriate footwear. Stop playing with that bone. There's my squad. Look how many of them I got free to play. Today we've added Sucrose and Dory, and I'm feeling good. Feeling good about that.